again, we're looking at applications and more applications, even more applications. So what we're doing now basically is allowing you to put your memory skills into practice. And we understand that many of you will not be using these various applications. We look at some art, we look at some literature and so forth. But we just give you some ideas, some pointers as to the many, many ways in which these memory skills can be used.
And there's a nice little way that we can remember that. Now, if we use our peg words, if we want to remember that Old Testament has 39 books, we need a peg word for 39. We can use mop, as in M-O-P. We can use map, M-A-P. Get that in? Okay? And we associate that to Old Testament. New Testament has 27 books. Peg word for 27. My illustrious assistant instructor, what's the peg word for 27?
The next.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Memory College's presentation of the Memory Skill Conference, and this is the Names and Faces Plus. My name is John, J-O-N Keith, and I'm also called the Memory Trainer. That is my trademark, believe it or not. And believe me, these days, everyone wants to take the Memory Trainer. In this session, what we're going to do is going to give you some more tools for names and faces. Now, for my history of memory skills going back about 35 years, I've been doing a lot of the names and face skill. And basically, name and face skill includes remembering a lot of people in an audience. I have them all rise up and call them by name. My big thing was 644 people on the front page of the New York Times, and it landed me a good story, which was a week before two big stories. I mean, one big story was the crash in 1987, and good thing it was 2 weeks or a week later after my story. I got a lot of press out of that. Bottom line is, what we're going to do today in this very short period of time is give you a skill. And this skill is going to be quite interesting because it's the same skill allows you to do that name and face. By the way, also, we are going to review a lot more information that Dr. Joe has done.
This is my favorite, one of the favorite things in literature is the Three Musketeers. And everyone has heard of the candy bar, of course, and also Aramis, which is really Aramis. I don't know if that spoke correctly. I think it's an S on there, no problem. We go forward. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah, there is an S on there.
S on there. No big deal. But the thing is, Aramis was a clone. It used to be a clone from men. But say you're in a literature course and you must know the Three Musketeers. Well, the Three Musketeers' names is Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. Now, Aramis with an S at the end. Well, if you wanted to go through this, well, Athos, what does that sound like? Athos. Anyone? Any suggestions? Athens. Okay, I was waiting. Silence always gets an answer. Anyone else? It sounds like at the most or at. You can do that. Anything like that. I'm going to show you, even with not a proper substitute word, if you want to call it, or picture, you can remember these names. So, at. Let's say just at. Portos. What does that sound like? A port, right? There's something in like a ship, right?
Right.
In fact, if you look at Portos, Aramis, well, Aramis sounds like a mist, correct? Well, here's my cabin, and at the port, in other words, the window, there is a mist. And if you really want to say, what is that? You can throw in one of the swords of the Three Musketeers. You open the port, I'm at the port, the mist, and there's a sword that comes out of the mist. Something along those lines. Why the sword? That's to represent the Three Musketeers. But you're always figuring at the historical end of it, they're always kind of fencing or doing something like that. So anyway, Look at that. Athos, Porthos, Aramis. So you have one image for the three of them, but we want to know that Dumas is the, the writer. How would you remember Dumas? What does that sound like? Dumas. Do more. Dumb. He's not so dumb. We're still talking to him after about 2.5 centuries or something like that. You can think of I'm going to think of maybe a drum. Maybe that sounds like it. Now, I got to tell you, when you use sound alike, some people will say, no, I can't, I will never remember. When I hear that, I say, how many times have you used this skill? And they say, never. So you got to remind them, we get any type of reminders, even if it's a little far-fetched, something far, you got to get something. Don't say, I'm stumped. No, you can't say that. You take a piece. In fact, when we're talking about names and faces, I should have really said, if you come against a name that you cannot picture, you take that first letter of that name and put it in the picture. And I almost can guarantee you can
Ice cream for you.
Outstanding!
And so it will melt quickly. It goes from hard to soft pretty quick. So.
All right. Ice cream break.
Give me Mickey's ear. And you
memory skills, yes.
So we'll come up here and thank everyone.
Okay, we're going to thank everyone together.
Yes.
Okay.
And keep remembering, I always say that at the end of all the videos and all that other stuff, but remember, do not believe in yourself. Remember, all memory gives you the best confidence. It's not only memorizing things, it's confidence building. And Dr. Joe will have the last word.
Yes, and we thank you, and we pray God's richest blessings upon you. Have a safe trip back home or any other destination you may be headed for. And we thank you, and we look forward to seeing you. Remember, we're always available to you, okay? So you have our contact information. You can email us, call us, or whatever. And if you ever have any difficulty with anything or want us to help you solve some memory problems especially, then be sure to get in touch with us. You will be our students forever. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Take care.
All right. Absolutely. So long.